My name is Loren White. The group I was involved in was the Quest Center for Integrative Health. They basically help support people with AIDS, people with HIV, and people who have cancer and cancer survivors. I am a cancer survivor. That's how I joined the group. And my piece is titled The Swan. How fast they fly by. Strong, graceful, loyal mates for life, ever smoothing out the rough waters on life's path for those they love, who follow their lead. They live their lives with strength and beauty. 30 years, how fast they fly by. We have shared so much, you and I. From the first moment you caught my eye, I knew we would be best friends for life, and so it was. We have outlasted 3 marriages, numerous diets, the PTA, community theater, seminars on personal growth, and the well-guarded secret of obtaining the perfect climax solo. Score! We both succeeded in raising our children to be strong, loving, productive adults who actually still love their mothers. With few scars, many of the mothers seem unaware they have inflicted on their children. It's no surprise our children regard each of us as friends. What's not to love, eh? We both have been blessed to have lived long enough to see our darling grandchildren. We each have one perfect little girl, and they are not only beautiful, but smart, articulate, and funny, just like their grannies. The joy of being a grandmother far exceeds that of mere parenthood. We were good mothers, but we were each born to be a granny. One day, in about year 25, you got the diagnosis we all fear, stage 3 breast cancer with lymph node involvement. I rushed to your side and stayed with you through recovery from surgery, chemo, and radiation, with a pat on the head and the proclamation, "Congratulations, you're a survivor. Come back in a year." Life went on. You rafted the Colorado River at age 50. I moved to California to take a good paying job so I could be close to my aging mother who was diagnosed with cancer. As often we had lived parallel lives, cancer was to be no exception. I was diagnosed with virtually the same cancer, stage 3 breast cancer with lymph node involvement. I traveled my cancer journey solo while I tended to my mother. I am now too a survivor. Come back in a year. While on a trip to Italy, you didn't feel well. Upon arriving home, your greatest fear was realized. The cancer was back and had metastasized. Your doctor told you to get your affairs in order. There was no hope. Refusing to let you die without a fight, I told you to get in the car and we would drive until we found where hope lived, and buy some time for you to be with Gracie, your little 6-year-old granddaughter, and so we did. You added 2 more years to your life to be with your family by continuing new treatment. You called me daily as you soaked in your bath to catch up and share our feelings and fears that only another cancer patient would understand. We would laugh and joke about old times and about death and crossing over. When I noticed the calls had stopped, I called your cell, and you told me you had taken a trip to the coast, alone for a week, to come to terms with your mortality, which was slipping away. You never called back, and when I desperately called your cell several times, your son-in-law finally answered. He advised that you were back home in your own bed, surrounded by family and hospice. On Friday, October 31st, my dearest friend, Nanda Clark Sunday, began a new journey without me. 30 years, how fast they fly by.